Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for June 16th to the 23rd, 2023. I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me, pulling yourself into this moment so that together we can pull through the reading for this week. I apologize for the fly. I was not able to encourage it to leave my space. It wanted to be part of the reading too. And with every breath, dropping more deeply into our bodies, I invite you to envision a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going deep down into Mother Earth and grounding you here and now in this present moment. Knowing that that tree root is a conduit through which anything that no longer serves can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for our new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future to do a reading for our highest and greatest good on the energies of this week, June 16th to 23rd, 2023. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our well-being and the well-being of anyone whose life we touch, and the good of this beautiful planet we call home. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of light, of love, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of grounding, of peace. Whatever it is that we most need, may it be pulled into this circle here, now. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Wherever you are on the planet, you are part of our circle of light and held in this beautiful protective embrace. Anything that doesn't match the frequencies of clarity, of wisdom, healing, love, and light is welcome to go now. And with that, let's get started. Okay. So, Creator, what is it that we need to know this week for our personal and collective highest and greatest good, that we may be helpful conduits of light and love, sharing our life force and energy in beautiful, harmonious, congruent, and balanced ways for our good and the good of everyone whose life we touch, and this beautiful planet we call home? What is it that we need to know this week to stay in alignment with our best and stay in our wisdom so that we navigate the energies of these times easily and well? For our highest and greatest good, please, always. Here we are. Okay. The energy of our past that is relevant to our present and our future is the energy of the Hermit. I think we had him last week. The Hermit is an individual who has deliberately separated themselves from the world to be able to find themselves, to find their connection to Source, to find their connection to the broader, wiser part of them, and to live their authentic expression from the inside out. Because it's very difficult in our modern world to live in a way that is 100% congruent with what's true with us inside of us, because we live in society, we live in community, and we have a culture that's very good at telling us what to do, and we've been well trained to receive that all our lives. But we're not here to live everybody else's idea. We're here to live our own. And of course we have to live together. And of course we have agreements. There's no debating or denying that when we come together in community. We have to have agreements in place so that everything works better and that we exist in harmonious ways. But what the Hermit is talking about is our need to discover ourselves. Who are we really? What are we here to be about? And how do we bring that to life? How do we bring it into the world and ground it through our bodies into our expression in the world for our good and the good of those around us? The Hermit is really a helpful guide because the Hermit knows who they are. They are very grounded and very centered and very wise as a result. And that's why in the stories We have people seeking the wise hermit who lives on the top of the mountain. And here we have the hermit with their lamp lighting the way up the mountain, up the path. We all have to walk our path. We all have a different path. But what's beautiful is that as co-experiencers of this human reality, we can light each other's path. We can help each other by shedding our light of our wisdom and experience out into the world. We shine that out into the world, and as a result, others benefit, and we help each other. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So this card is sitting in the recent past. So what this tells me is that the energy of the hermit is important and relevant now in our present and into our future. So it may be a calling to sort of take a little bit of a step back and ground within yourself, ground within who you are. It may be a reminder to tap into that. If you've already spent this time discovering who you are and becoming stronger in that, take a moment to ground in this knowingness and bring it forth into your present and into your future, because we need it now. Okay. And here's our present card. We have the card of craftsmanship, another wonderful, wonderful card. This energy of slowly and carefully and deliberately showing up every day to develop our abilities, our skills, our confidence, our mastery of a subject. So this is sitting in our present environment. So there's this quality of how are we crafting our world? It's a pentacle, which is the earth element. So how are we crafting our material world? How are we building the future of what we want? How are we deliberately participating in the good that we want to see on the planet? So we all have different things that we're here to do. We all have different aptitudes, different abilities. That's the beautiful thing about the diversity of the human race. We're not here to be the same. We're here to be different. And we're here to share our differences, because through the sharing of those differences, we learn and grow and become stronger. We light the way for each other. And we all benefit from each other's uniqueness and sharing. And this is about the development and the deliberate development and crafting of that uniqueness, of that particular expression, of that particular contribution to the world. So this is the energy of our present time, is this energy of craftsmanship. Showing up every day and saying yes to our yes, saying yes to what it is that we're here to do, so that we can hold that bigger space in the world in a meaningful way and make our contribution in beautiful ways. You don't even need to know how it's going to happen or what it's going to look like. That's something that can evolve as it comes. But it evolves from the daily yes. It evolves from that showing up every day, giving our best, contributing our best, bringing who we are and our best to the world, to the table. Just like a musical instrument, it's not so much about worrying how you're going to express yourself. It's just every day you have to play the instrument to get good at it. So, craftsmanship. The near future, Princess of Pentacles. So new beginnings on the level of the material realm, of the earth element. So new starts, fresh starts, could be babies, could be that quality of energy, a new business, something new home, new venture. That is the quality of what we're moving towards. So there's this, from the wisdom of knowing who we are, we craft that. We work at becoming the best that we can be in that, and being expressed in that, and being deliberate and intentional about being a voice for whatever it is that's inside us to be voiced. And then this is talking about a new beginning, a way for this to come out into the world, a platform for it, or a new start, or a fresh way of coming into life. So that's what we can look for in the next week, is this energy of a new beginning on the material level, a new beginning on, as I said, it could be a changing of homes, it can be a new business, it can be, things starting to come to bloom, or new opportunities or something, but there's that quality of fresh new beginnings. So keep an eye out for that this week. And then the foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, is the card of Judgment. And what always catches my eye with this card is this hand that's reaching up from the darker, denser realms into this light, beautiful realm of clarity, of one can see far into the distance, beautiful colors, sort of a transcending of the heaviness and the density into clarity and light and beauty. So the card Judgment usually implies making another wrong, looking at another and their choices and making them wrong for making those choices. The higher octave of the Judgment card is discernment. It's that capacity to say, all right, that's what you're choosing. I don't choose that. I choose something different. And it can be very challenging because, of course, we do live in a fairly black and white culture, and we do tend to want that duality for the clarity and the. It just would be so easy, wouldn't it, if everything was really black and white? But I suppose there's a quality of shades of appropriateness and non-appropriateness for us, and that's our job. We are the ones who decide what is appropriate for us. We're not here to decide for anybody else. Well, as a parent, you hold space for your child until they're mature enough to do that, of course. But we are the ones who hold that space for ourselves. If you don't want to skydive, you really don't need to skydive. It's okay. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to drink. That's okay. If you want to take up yoga and have a spiritual practice and live your life in that way, that's okay too. You are entitled to do whatever it is that you are called to. What is your heart calling you? That's the thing, is we have to live from this place, that authentic inside out place. And when we do, our choices are always appropriate for us. And we can't create in anybody else's field. As I said, we can hold space for the young ones while they need us to do that. But at a certain point, they start to pick that ball up and hold it for themselves. So this card here, discernment, that's why we're having the reading this week. We have to discern what is appropriate and authentic and congruent for us. We have to discern where are we putting our energies for us? Where are we going to put this precious life force that we have? Where are we going to apply it to craft a more beautiful life, a more beautiful expression of us? We have to choose, but we have to choose from the inside out, not the outside in, so that we can create bold new beginnings, beautiful new beginnings that are good, that are grounded and powerful and supportive and beautiful. So this discernment is why we're having the reading this week. We need to practice that wisdom, that discernment, that distinction about what is appropriate for me. And you know what? It might change from day to day. Today might be a down day. You might need to rest. Tomorrow might be a big output day. And so you put your energies out into the world. But that comes from the wisdom of discernment, and the wisdom comes from within each of us. We each have our own wisdom. So this is quite a lovely spread this week as we traverse the solstice. We're in the energy of the solstice right now, of course. But this energy of reminding us that we are here to live our authentic truth, live our authentic expression, and shine our light brightly. And if we need to, sometimes we need to step away from the distractions of the outer world to find that for ourselves. And when we find that, that's where we give our energy and our attention, our focus to. That's what we craft. That's what we show up for, is to build that beautiful energy of who we are and our contribution. And with that, we start bold new beginnings. We start crafting something different and new in the world. We bring our gifts into the world in a meaningful and beautiful way. But it must always, always come from this space of discernment, of reaching and striving for our personal highest and best. What does that mean? What is for our personal and highest best? How do we embody our great good so that we are continually growing and crafting and becoming the most beautiful expression of ourselves that we can be here on the planet at this time? We will never get another chance to be this unique expression, this iteration of us. I only have this one lifetime to be Titania. You only have this one lifetime to be you. So realize it's a sacred, precious journey. And it is so precious in that it is the only time you'll get to do it and be this. So enjoy it. Find the fun, beautiful things, reaching for your good, your best expression of your unique iteration of you in this lifetime. Do it well. Do it with all your heart, all your mind, all your spirit. Bring your best to life. While caring for yourself, there's no need to sacrifice yourself on any altars. Take care of yourself so that you can do this good work. And that was the message in the solstice reading, which I encourage you to go have a look at. It really is about self-care. It starts there. When we love and support and care for ourselves, we have everything that it takes to step into the world in a more beautiful and powerful way. Okay, and with that, let's get into the card to grow on for this week. So, Creator, what do we need to keep before us this week as we walk this path, this precious, precious life journey of being who we are right here, right now? How do we do that to the best of our ability, savoring it, enjoying it, thriving in the midst of it, blessing it in every way, and grateful for all the experiences and expressions that we have? What is it that we need to know this week, please, to keep us going, keep us on target, keep us doing the good things that we're here to do? Then we have the Four of Wands, the lovely card of completion. We have the masculine and the feminine standing back to back, the yin and the yang, completing each other, supporting each other, holding each other in a good way. Then we have all these beautiful even lines. 4 is very stable. This is fire. Wands is fire. It's creativity, inspiration, and passion. So it's this very sort of grounded expression of one's generative capacity. So this week going forward, staying creative, yes, but not kind of going randomly off in all directions, but just staying rooted and grounded and present and as balanced as possible. It feels like that will be very, very helpful this week to, not that we can't dream, not that we can't pay attention to the things that we want and the good, and not that we can't be generators, but doing it in a way that is grounding. And this lovely tree of life here that they're standing under, knowing that we're building our good, connecting this a little bit to that craftsmanship card. By building our good, we don't have to do radical things. We can build things, again, this idea of slowly, congruently, carefully, with dedication, with focus, showing up every day and doing it well. So this card is about creating, but from a really good place, supporting ourselves, having that evenness. As I said, it sort of ties into the solstice reading of the self-care. Doing things in a way that are grounding and supportive of us, that are a scaffolding for our good, rather than whipping the carpet out from under us or throwing ourselves in the deep end. I think you understand what I mean. There are ways of going about life that are life-giving and supportive and whole and congruent. And then there are ways that kind of undermine that challenge us. And there's nothing wrong with being challenged. If you feel like you need it, you are the one to discern. But also understanding that sometimes we're just sabotaging ourselves. There's nothing wrong with creating a safe and solid foundation to build from, for one's good, for your good, and for my good, and for everyone's good. Because when we're good, the world benefits. And so with that, my dears, we have the reading of the week for June 16th through the 23rd, 2023. I invite you to take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes, come home to you. Allowing this energy to settle within your field. Allowing the wisdom to stick where it needs to stick and to slide out and go down into that ground and become compost to the parts that maybe don't fit. It's all good. We are each here to do our journey. Thank you, Creator, for this opportunity to do this reading again this week. I ask that you be with all of us as we strive to be our best, to bring who we are, to realize the sacredness of this now moment, of this now path, of this now iteration of who we are, our beauty, our uniqueness, our gifts, our abilities. Just hold us in good ways so that we can find ourselves and realize our potential and bring our best into the world for our own good and blessing, but for the blessing and good of everyone who meets us, and for the blessing and good of this beautiful planet we call home. Just help us to stay in this good place as we navigate the world which is going through its own upheaval and strangeness. Help us to stay grounded and true. Help us to stay rooted within ourselves and rooted within the beauty of this earth. Those things are true, and we know this, and we can take comfort and grounding in them. I want to thank all those who helped to hold this space today. The reading, once again, is done, and I am so grateful for all the love and support and care and kindness. Thank you to each one of you for being here once again this week. I appreciate your energy and your contribution to the field that we're building together and all the good that you're doing on the planet at this time. Much love and light. Enjoy the solstice, and I will see you again next week. Lots of love.